Morning world, and happy hump day. This is Dr. Gadson. I'm here to share a little bit more with you about goal setting. I've talked to you a lot about goal setting. I know that a lot of you have been focused. I know that you're trying and that you're working towards that goal and that thing that you said that you're going to accomplish. I also do understand that along this road and this process that things do become difficult. So I wanted to take a moment today. I wanted to go ahead and take a few steps back. I wanted to go ahead and review some of those things that I know that are going to help you remain focused and go ahead and continue to work towards that goal. One of the tools that I've already given you is the ABRA. The ABRA is that 4-step process: ask, believe, receive, and then act. But today we're going to go ahead and just cover that ask part, because a lot of you have responded to me and a lot of you said that, how do you ask? What are some of the things that I need to do in order to make sure that I know that I'm asking the right thing in order to receive the goal that I want to receive? So a lot of you are probably asking your higher power. A lot of you are probably praying about it. A lot of you are probably thinking about it. And a lot of you are probably talking about what your goal is with others. All of those 4 things are exactly correct. Those 4 things are exactly what it is that you need to be doing in order to reach that goal that you say that you want to reach. But the whole thing is you have to do those things all the time. You need to be doing one of those 4 things all the time in order to stay focused and in order to actually receive that goal that you say that you want to receive. Okay, you're asking, how do I do that? I got so much going on during the daytime. I'm working. I'm doing this leisure things that you talked about. I'm spending time with family. I'm spending time with friends. And I'm doing so many other things. I'm pulled in so many different directions right now. Calm down. It's okay. Everything is going to be all right. All you have to do is believe. You have to believe in what it is that you're asking for. And you have to work towards it. You have to work towards it to the point where your thoughts about asking from it moves to your subconscious level of thinking. From your conscious level of thinking to your subconscious level of thinking. Okay, some of you are saying, okay, what is my conscious level of thinking and what is my subconscious level of thinking? Don't fret, no problem, I got you. So the whole thing is your conscious level of thinking. Your conscious level of thinking is the things that you're always thinking about. You know, you're aware of it and you're thinking about it and you're making yourself think about it. Your conscious level of thinking. Your subconscious level of thinking is things that you've always thought about and that you've done over and over repetitively, so that now that they've become automatic. This is the whole point that we want. In order to reach goals, you want things to become automatic. Some people call this muscle memory. Let's give you a suggestion. How many of you out there have drove a standard car? Some of you are probably saying, what is a standard car? Okay, a stick shift car. If you can recall the time when you first drove that stick shift car, you had to think about, okay, I got to put the car in first gear. I got to put the car in second gear. And probably along the way in that process, you probably stalled out and started doing something like this, bouncing up and down, and the car probably shut off and your heart was beating real fast. Okay, so what did you have to do? You had to start back over and start this process over until you got the timing down. So during that process, when you were getting the timing down, what exactly happened was that process became automatic because you were doing it so much. So now that it's become automatic, you don't have to think about it as much. And when you're not thinking about things as much, the process is allowed to flow naturally. So therefore, when it comes to this whole goal setting process, I want you to go ahead and think about it, to focus on it. If you need to pray on it, if you need to meditate on it, if you need to talk about it, if you need to think about it, and do all of those things so that it moves from your conscious level of thinking to your subconscious level of thinking. Because once it becomes your subconscious level of thinking, then you become one with it. And once you become one with it, then there isn't that much effort that needs to be put forth in order for you to receive that goal. It just becomes natural. This is a universal process. It's a universal process, and it applies to everything in your life and everything you do. Everything moves along this whole energy process. You can apply this to anything that you decide that you want to do. So again, let's go back to this car. So after a while, when you was driving stick shift, you learned that, okay, I don't even need to drive the stick shift probably with both hands anymore. I can just tap the stick and drive with the other hand, and so on and so forth. And then you got to the point where you could also just drive the car without even thinking about it. You probably got to the point that if you needed to, which again, I'm not saying do this, but even if you needed to, you could probably read a text, shift the gear, and do everything else that you needed to do at the same time. This is the goal. This is what you were looking for when you were doing this goal setting process. And again, the whole thing is startup is hard. Changing behavior is hard. But once you get things in motion and you start practicing and you start doing this on a daily basis, it becomes natural. So you're at this point, you're at that startup time, things are getting hard. Maybe your goal is to become fit. Maybe it's a workout that you want to do. Maybe it's dieting. Initially, it's hard. But once you become conditioned, which means things move from your conscious level of thinking to your subconscious level of thinking, then you will be able to achieve things and move at that faster rate that I've been talking about. So again, let's review. We've talked about the asking process of ABRA. Ask, believe, receive, and then act. So that asking process. So you must continue right now, today, seeking, pursuing what it is that you said you're going to do. And it has to be in your conscious level of thinking. I hope this clarifies things a little bit for you. If you have more questions, you can definitely reach me. I will respond on Instagram. You can also reach me on Facebook. And of course, I'm also out there on YouTube. It's the same thing, Dr. Damond Gadson. And you can look me up and I will go ahead and respond to as many questions as I possibly can, like I always have. I thank you and take care of yourself so that you can take care of others.